Good day, everyone. For this day, before we start, I want you to get your notebook and pen for you to jot down notes and important matters that I will discuss later. If you have your pen and notebook, my question is, are you ready to broaden up your ideas for this day? If yes, let's broaden your ideas into the field of art. But before anything else, I want you to have this kind of situation. Have you ever encountered to meet a person or may makilalang isang tao na kahit unang tingin niyo pa lang or kakilala niyo sa kanila is sobrang gaan na ng feelings niyo sa kanya? On the other hand, meron namang mga taong kahit unang kakilala niyo sa kanya, sobrang bigat at ayaw niyo siyang makasama sa iisang kwarto or sa iisang lugar. That is what we call Impressionism. And in arts, we also have this kind of form na tinatawag nating Impressionism art. So what do we mean by Impressionism art? Let's discuss the history of Impressionism art. Impressionism art started during 1860, specifically into the Paris, France. This was originated by Monet, Renoir, and Manet together with their friends. Pero hindi naging madali sa kanila ang isang pagkakaroon ng bagong art. During 1863, Impressionism art were not allowed to participate in Paris Salon. Bakit kaya hindi sila pinayagan sa Paris Salon? And what is Paris Salon? Actually, once we talk about salon, it's like an art exhibit. Meaning, it's like a museum. Dito, ibinebenta or ipinapakita ng mga artist ang kanilang mga sining para maipamalas ang kanilang galing. Sad to say, the Paris Salon were not allowed the Impressionism artists to participate into the exhibit. So dahil doon, hindi sumuko ang mga artists katulad ni Monet, Renoir, and Manet in drawing and painting to spread what is Impressionism art. Papaano nila ito nalunasan? Or papaano nila ito nalampasan? During 1873, they organized an organization that named as Societas des Artistas Independentes. Meaning in English, this is the Society of Independent Artists. This organization was meant to spread, to broaden the ideas of Impressionism art, because they want to prove that their art is a form of art. Gusto nilang ipakita kung ano yung galing ng Impressionism artists. So therefore, hindi naman sila nabigo. Dahil during 1874, they had a collaborative exhibition. Meaning, pinagsama-sama nila ang kani-kanilang mga artworks for an exhibit. But sad to say, hindi naging madali din sa kanila ang makapasok sa Paris Salon. Pero hindi pa rin sila sumuko. So that is a brief history of Impressionism art. Now, let's go into the Impressionism art name. Why do we call this one as Impressionism art or Impressionism? Actually, the word Impressionism art derived from the work of Monet, which named as the Sunrise. This kind of artwork of Monet consists of body of water, boats, and a scenery. So therefore, dito sa art na to, makikita natin na hindi masyadong detailed ang kanilang mga elements, specifically into the boat. Let's focus into the boat of this artwork. As you will notice, as a viewer, ma-identify natin na itong parteng to ay bangka or boat. But definitely, the detail, the color, or the exact image of the boat was not detailed by the artist, which is Monet. Second, some of the part is blurred. Hindi masyadong detalyado or hindi masyadong concrete kung ano bang image na nasa canvas. So therefore, dahil dito, there are some criticism that was meant by this artwork. Some viewers address this artwork as a sketch. Meaning, it's like I've not finished artwork. Sabi nila, bakit parang hindi tapos itong artwork na to? Bakit parang sketch lang siya? And some viewers says that this artwork is just an impression of the artist. So that is what we call Impressionism art. So dahil dun sa mga comments ng mga viewers, nabuo yung word na Impressionism. It's like an impression, but it is not an art. So mostly, the art of Impressionism art is not detailed, not clear, and not precise. So therefore, these are the different types or style ng artist during Impressionism art. And since hindi nga siya masyadong detalyado, nahihirapan intindihin ng mga viewers ang mga artworks ng mga Impressionism artists. So therefore, because of the criticism, hindi din naman sila sumako as an artist. Now, let's have the different expression of Impressionism art. Actually, they express their thoughts on what they see, what they feel, and what they think. These are the different domains of artists na ginamit during that Impressionism art para makalikha ng isang artwork. And that is a brief history of Impressionism art. Let's continue our discussion into the characteristic of Impressionism art. How can we identify that the artwork is a form of Impressionism art? Of course, we do have different characteristics. One, we should see the color of the artworks. In Impressionism art, the color that they use is freely brushed colors that convey visual effects. Meaning, most of the colors that they use is original, unmixed, or hindi nila pinagsahalo-halo into their palette. It means kung ano mismo yung nandun sa test tube or dun sa tube ng painting nila, it will be applied by the painters or artists during that time. That is what we call pure colors. Aside from pure colors, they also use different and broken brush strokes. As you will notice, this is a form of brush strokes. Masyadong maraming broken lines silang ginagamit. That's why sometimes nag-a-appear na hindi detailed yung kanilang mga artworks. So that is the style of Impressionism artists during that time. Let's continue our discussion into the second characteristic of Impressionism art. The second characteristic of this art form is what we call everyday subject. This is capturing the scenery of life around them. It means they use the subject on the different things happen into their surrounding or community. And what do we mean by subject? This subject refers to the concept, ideas, beliefs, and sometimes tradition of the artist. So therefore, dito, sometimes nakafocus ang mga artists in terms of environment or doon sa mga forests, flowers, different kinds of things that might see outside the house. So dito pwedeng pumasok ang mga landscape na mountains, rivers, so on and so forth. Aside from scenery, they also have this kind of subject na ginagamit, which is the community. Means what happens in their surrounding, they use this one as a subject. So that is the second subject that they use. Aside from that, they also use still life or the objects around them, like vase or sometimes chairs and tables. These common subjects and was painted by the different artists during that time as an subject for their painting. Let's continue into the third characteristic of Impressionism art, which serve as the painting outdoor. Meaning, Impressionists use outdoor painting for natural light. Let's compare and contrast the way of an artist kung paano nagpe-paint noong classical and impressionism. In classical, most of the artists nagpa-paint sila sa loob ng studio. Therefore, mostly of their artworks based on what they think and ideas. On the other hand, the Impressionism artist is mostly nagpe-paint sila outside the studio. Bakit? The main purpose is to capture the light. Yung effects ng light is yun yung gusto nilang ipakita doon sa painting nila. So therefore, that is the main reason why do they go out for a painting. So that is the main reason kung bakit sila lumalabas para lang mag-paint, to capture the natural effect of the light. And why do they want to capture the natural light? The main purpose is para maging realistic yung kanilang artworks. Mas magiging makatotohanan yung kanilang picture, so therefore, mas nagpe-paint sila outside the studio. And that is how they do the painting artwork. Last but not the least is what we call open composition. What do we mean by open composition? This is a form of characteristic which definitely a structured approach in placing and positioning their subject. Let's notice this kind of picture. You will notice that the balance of the artwork is different from one another. Yung nasa taas, mostly yung subject niya is nasa gitna, and that is a form of balance during classical period. Mostly, naniniwala kasi sila na kapag ang subject during classical period, it must be into the center. But on the other hand, during Impressionism art, they change this one, meaning the subject can place anywhere into the canvas. So it means kahit saan pwede nilang ilagay ang kanilang subject into their canvas. And that is what we call open composition. So again, those are the different characteristics of Impressionism art, which are the color, everyday subject, painting outdoors, and open composition. So with that will serve as the end of our discussion. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.